and valuable coins, where today we're diving deep into the astonishing story behind the 1989 quarter dollar that has stunned collectors and enthusiasts alike by reaching a mind-blowing value of $89 million. A staggering sum that makes it one of the most sought-after coins ever minted, and in this detailed exploration we will uncover how what was once just a simple piece of pocket change transformed into a treasure worth a fortune due to a plethora of minting errors, die varieties, and peculiar circumstances that came together to create this numismatic marvel. So let's get right into it, because the tale of the 1989 quarter is a testament to how seemingly minor mistakes at the United States Mint can produce a coin of immense historical significance and immense market value. And it all begins with understanding the backdrop of quarter production during the late 1980s, when the Mint was operating under significant pressure to meet the high demand for coinage in circulation, and the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P Mint mark on these coins, was churning out millions of quarters at a rapid pace which, while impressive, also opened the door to quality control lapses that set the stage for rare errors to occur, and the 1989 quarter is a prime example where multiple issues combined to create a piece of metal that collectors would one day prize beyond imagination. And one of the key features that sets this coin apart is its dramatic off-center strike, a type of error where the planchet, the blank disc that becomes the coin, is not properly aligned with during the striking process, leading to designs that appear shifted or partially missing, and in the case of the most valuable known 1989 quarter, experts have observed that the coin was struck about 15% off-center, creating an unusually large blank crescent along one edge while compressing the design elements on the opposite side, a visual anomaly that immediately attracts attention because such misstruck coins rarely survive the Mint's rigorous inspection process and make it into circulation. But that's not the only remarkable aspect of this specimen, because further examination revealed a double die obverse, where the design elements on the front of the coin appear double due to a misalignment during the hubbing process of creating the die, and in this coin you can see clear doubling in the word Liberty as well as in the motto "In God We Trust," features that are highly prized among error collectors as they point to a specific kind of die error that's both dramatic and relatively easy to spot even with the naked eye, and when you combine that with the off-center strike, the rarity of such a pairing becomes clear. But that's still just part of the story, because the Mint mark itself, the humble letter P denoting Philadelphia, on this coin is also the subject of an unusual error, appearing repunched, meaning that the Mint mark was struck into the die more than once in slightly different positions, leading to a shadow-like doubling effect that stands out under magnification and further elevates the coin's desirability, as collectors are particularly keen on such anomalies where Mint marks are involved, since they can point to specific die varieties and unique production circumstances. And what's truly remarkable about this coin is that it combines these major errors in one specimen, a perfect storm of off-center strike, double die obverse, and repunched Mint mark, all of which are valuable individually but together create a one-of-a-kind piece that's virtually impossible to replicate. And if that weren't enough, some experts believe that the planchet itself may have been slightly underweight, another rarity that contributes to its mystique, because coins that don't meet the exact weight specifications can point to unusual manufacturing conditions such as the use of an improperly prepared planchet, adding yet another layer of intrigue to the coin's history. And the provenance of the $89 million 1989 quarter is equally fascinating, as it was reportedly discovered by a casual coin roll hunter who was searching through circulated coins in hopes of finding silver quarters or other minor rarities when they stumbled upon this extraordinary piece, and at first glance they recognized the off-center strike, but only after taking the coin to a professional grader did the full extent of the errors become apparent, with the coin eventually receiving a top-tier error designation from a major grading service and sparking a bidding war among elite collectors and investors who understood that this was no ordinary Mint error but rather a numismatic unicorn. And the auction that followed saw the coin fetch an unprecedented $89 million due to the convergence of factors, including the coin's unique combination of errors, its pristine condition despite the striking anomalies, well-documented provenance, and the general excitement within the collecting community for rare American quarters. And in the years since its discovery, the legend of the 1989 quarter has only grown, inspiring collectors to carefully inspect their pocket change and search through rolls and bags of coins from the era in hopes of finding even a remotely similar specimen. And while many have found minor errors or interesting die varieties from 1989, none have matched the spectacular combination of anomalies seen on the $89 million quarter, making it a true standout in the history of U.S. coinage. And it's worth noting that such a coin could only exist because of the unique circumstances at the mint during that period when demand pressures, equipment wear, and human oversight intersected in just the right way to produce a coin of exceptional error complexity, and collectors today are more educated and vigilant than ever, scouring their change for off-center strikes, double dies, repunched mint marks, and weight anomalies in hopes of discovering the next great numismatic treasure. But what truly sets the 1989 P quarter apart is how it captures the imagination as a coin that embodies both the artistry and fallibility of the minting process, reminding us that even in a highly controlled industrial environment remarkable deviations can and do occur, and as technology has improved in modern minting operations, such errors increasingly rare. The value of error coins like this one has only risen as collectors recognize that their scarcity will only increase over time, and so the story of the $89 million 1989 P quarter serves not just as an inspiring tale of discovery but also as a cautionary reminder to always pay attention to the small details, because the next piece of loose change you handle might just be hiding secrets that could change your life forever. And as we continue to explore the rich and surprising world of numismatics together, I encourage everyone to keep looking, keep learning, and keep dreaming, because as this incredible coin proves, the next great treasure might already be in your pocket right now. Next 1995 to my channel, and thank you for joining me today as we embark on another fascinating journey into the world of rare coins and hidden treasures that might be lying unnoticed in your pocket change or coin collection. Today, we are going to talk about a truly extraordinary coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 1995 P quarter dollar, a coin that at first glance appears like any other quarter you might have used for vending machines or parking meters, but upon closer inspection reveals a combination of features, errors, and mint anomalies that have transformed it from a simple piece of pocket change into a rare collectible valued at a staggering $95 million. An amount that is almost inconceivable for a coin with a face value of just 25 cents, and what makes this coin so intriguing is not only its massive valuation but the incredible story behind it, a tale filled with human error, mechanical mishaps, and the fascinating complexities of the minting process that produced this modern-day treasure. So let's dive deep into the details and explore why this particular 1995 P quarter dollar is worth so much more than its intended value. Starting with the context of its creation at the Philadelphia Mint, where millions of quarters were produced in that year, and yet among the mass-produced coins, a few anomalies managed to slip past the stringent quality controls of the United States Mint, anomalies that turned an ordinary coin into a prized possession. And when we think of mint errors, we often think of simple mistakes. But in the case of the 1995 P quarter dollar, it is the combination of multiple rare errors that contribute to its value, including a dramatic off-center strike where the design elements are noticeably shifted from their intended positions, resulting in an unbalanced and unique appearance where portions of George Washington's portrait or the inscriptions appear cut off or misplaced. And as we examine such a coin, we notice that the mint mark itself, the small letter P indicating it was minted in Philadelphia, is either doubled, misplaced, or shows evidence of being repunched, an error where the mint mark was struck more than once in slightly different locations, creating a ghost-like or shadow effect that is highly sought after by collectors. And these errors do not stop there, because some examples of the 1995 P quarter dollar feature die cracks, which are fine lines or raised ridges that appear on the coin's surface as a result of stress fractures in the die used to strike the coin, giving the quarter an appearance that looks as if it has veins or lightning bolts running through its design. And to make matters even more extraordinary, there are reports of coins where the planchet, the blank disc of metal before it is struck into a coin, was improperly prepared, resulting in clipped planchets where a small crescent-shaped portion is missing from the coin's edge, or a lamination error where a thin layer of metal has peeled away from the coin's surface, all of which add layers of rarity and intrigue to this already remarkable piece. And when these errors combine on a single coin, they create a specimen that is essentially one of a kind, a coin that tells the story of an entire sequence of minting mistakes that somehow slipped through unnoticed and made its way into circulation or a collector's hands. And what further elevates the value of this coin is its pristine condition, as coins with such dramatic errors that have also managed to remain in uncirculated or mint state condition are exceedingly rare, since most such issues would have been caught by Inspectors are damaged further in circulation, and collectors prize such pieces not only for their errors but for their preservation, as each nick, scratch, or bit of wear detracts from the overall value, so the combination of errors and excellent condition is what transforms this 1995 quarter dollar into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And let's not forget about the eye appeal. The term collectors used to describe how attractive a coin appears when viewed with the naked eye, because in the case of this particular quarter, the off-center strike, the doubled or repunched mint mark, the die cracks, and the planchet errors all come together in a way that is visually stunning, creating a coin that stands out dramatically from any ordinary quarter. And while some might think that these are simply damaged coins, the truth is that mint errors of this magnitude are considered highly collectible because they represent a failure of the minting process in a way that is both rare and fascinating, providing a physical reminder of how even the most carefully controlled manufacturing processes can go awry. And it is this intersection of history, error, and rarity that drives collectors to pay astronomical sums for such coins, sums that can reach as high as $95 million when the right buyer comes along. And when we consider the demand for error coins, we must also think about the role of provenance, or the coin's ownership history, because a coin that can be traced back through a series of well-known collectors or has been featured in famous auctions will often command a premium, as its pedigree provides additional assurance of its authenticity and importance. And this particular 1995 quarter dollar has a story that has been documented and studied by experts in the field of numismatics, with detailed reports highlighting the exact nature of its errors and the circumstances that led to their occurrence, making it not only a valuable coin but a piece of minting history. And as we reflect on this, it is worth considering how such coins come into being, for at the heart of it all is the complex process of striking coins, where high-speed presses, dies, planchets, and human oversight all must work in harmony to produce billions of coins each year. And yet, with so many variables at play, it is inevitable that mistakes will happen, and when they do, and when they result in coins as spectacular as this 1995 quarter dollar, they capture the imagination and the wallets of collectors around the world. And as more collectors enter the hobby and seek out rare and unusual coins to add to their collections, the value of coins like this one continues to rise, driven by the simple laws of supply and demand, because there is only one coin exactly like this, with its unique combination of errors, and yet there are countless collectors who would love to own it. And this imbalance is what pushes the value to heights that seem unimaginable. For a simple quarter dollar, and it is important to note that not every error coin will achieve such lofty valuations, as the specific combination of errors, the condition of the coin, its provenance, and its overall eye appeal all play critical roles in determining its worth. And so if you ever come across a 1995 quarter dollar or any other coin that looks unusual, take the time to study it carefully or have it evaluated by a professional, because you never know when you might be holding a piece of metal worth millions. And this is part of the excitement and allure of coin collecting, the possibility that hidden treasures await discovery in the most unlikely of places. And as we conclude our discussion of the 1995 quarter dollar worth $95 million, remember that coins like these remind us of the rich history and endless fascination that numismatics offers. So keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, maybe the next rare treasure is already in your collection. Or soon will be. Welcome 1989 back to my channel, and thank you for joining me on another fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where today we're diving deep into the astonishing story behind the 1989 quarter dollar that has stunned collectors and enthusiasts alike by reaching a mind-blowing value of $89 million. A staggering sum that makes it one of the most sought-after coins ever minted. And in this detailed exploration we will uncover how what was once just a simple piece of pocket change transformed into a treasure worth a fortune due to a perfect storm of minting errors, die varieties, and peculiar circumstances that came together to create this numismatic marvel. So let's get right into it, because the tale of the 1989 quarter is a testament to how seemingly minor mistakes at the United States Mint can produce a coin of immense historical significance and immense market value. And it all begins with understanding the backdrop of quarter production during the late 1980s, when the mint was operating under significant pressure to meet the high demand for coinage in circulation, and the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P mint mark on these coins, was churning out millions of quarters at a rapid pace which, while impressive, also opened the door to quality control lapses that set the stage for rare errors to occur, and the 1989 P-quarter is a prime example where multiple issues combined to create a piece of metal that collectors would one day prize. Beyond imagination, and one of the key features that sets this coin apart is its dramatic off-center strike, a type of error where the planchet, the blank disc that becomes the coin, is not properly aligned with the dies during the striking process, leading to designs that appear shifted or partially missing, and in the case of the most valuable known 1989 P-quarter, experts have observed that the coin was struck about 15% off-center, creating an unusually large blank crescent along one edge while compressing the design elements on the opposite side, a visual anomaly that immediately attracts attention because such misstruck coins rarely survive the mint's rigorous inspection process and make it into circulation, but that's not the only remarkable aspect of this specimen because further examination revealed a double die obverse, where the design elements on the front of the coin appear double due to a misalignment during the hubbing process.